leader is one of the hardest careers in the world, but it's the best skill to turn the impossible into reality. Yet every single day I talk to leaders who are trying to manage big teams, but are struggling to list their voice and vision to their team. And when I take a look under the hood of their strategy and what they're doing, I see the same mistakes over and over again. That's why in this video, I'm going to give you the 4 biggest leadership mistakes that you are making, and most importantly, exactly how to fix them, so you can finally start managing and scaling your company without burnout and stress. Let's dive in. Mistake number 1. Not defining what right looks like for the team and the individuals. I'm starting with this one because it is absolutely foundational and critical for the other 3, so stay tuned. You might have the most brilliant strategy in the world, but if your team doesn't understand what success looks like, you're essentially navigating with your headlights off. Not setting clear standards. You're letting your team guess what good work looks like, hoping they'll figure it out somehow. I get it. We often assume our teams intuitively understand our vision. They understand their roles, their responsibilities, and then expectations. They're paid. They're adults. That's what they get paid to do, right? They should just know. Wrong. Dangerously, each member thinks they're doing great work. They're busy, but are they moving themselves, the team, organization forward? This creates a culture of mediocrity where excellence, it becomes optional. Your team wastes a lot of time second-guessing decisions, productivity absolutely plummets, and frustration skyrockets. Soon, your best performers leave for leaders who give clear direction. So here's the fix. Define what right looks like explicitly. Define the roles of each person. Define the expectations and define the standards. Set the bar high, but keep it visible, and you can watch the excellence become the new normal. Mistake number 2, not holding the team members accountable to the standards and expectations we just talked about. You see poor performance, missed deadlines, or broken promises, but you stay quiet, hoping things will magically improve. The standard you walk past is the standard you accept. This lack of accountability absolutely destroys team culture from the inside out, and it erodes the respect and influence that you may have as a leader. Your top performers get frustrated, watching others slack off, entitlement will start to creep in, standards start slipping, and soon mediocrity becomes the new normal once again. Here's the fix for that. Start with clear, documented, and communicated expectations. Remember, you've defined them already. Now you need to communicate them. And then make sure folks have the support and resources needed. Then ask them regularly, what are you working on and what support can I give? Then if issues arise, which they inevitably will, have regular one-on-ones where you address issues immediately. Be direct, but supportive. Hey, I notice X happened instead of Y, or you start with an I message or the B method, the behavior, the emotion, and the effect. And you ask, what support do you need to hit the standard? Remember, true accountability isn't about punishment, it's about helping your team succeed. Mistake number 3, leading with fear. There's an enduring myth in business and life for that matter that intensity and occasional aggression, tough love are necessary for driving high performance. Incorrect. Yet countless executives try to emulate this confrontational method or methods without recognizing the considerable damage it causes. It manifests when leaders cross the line from maintaining those high standards to engaging in toxic behaviors. Think about leaders who use public humiliation as a teaching moment, who blow up in meetings when results fall short, or thinly veiled threats about job security when punishing others or pushing for outcomes. The real damage happens when fear becomes the dominant emotion in your culture. Psychological safety evaporates, stress goes up, innovation requires risk-taking, but in fear-based environments, employees prioritize self-preservation over creativity. It's natural and normal. Your top performers, who typically have the most options, start quietly updating their resumes, and no one dares speak out about the fear. So this creates an echo chamber where the leader convinces him or herself that the style is right because it drives results. Short-term results, nothing more, but they don't see that. Here's the fix. Implement what I call high standards with high support. Pairing clear, ambitious expectations that you laid out in step 1, remember? with the resources, coaching, and psychological safety needed to meet them. This approach maintains accountability while eliminating the fear that paralyzes performance. Remember, fear might drive quick compliance, but it kills long-term success. Mistake number 4, micromanagement. This absolutely is suffocating your team's potential. It's actually fascinating that 85% of employees report significant drops in productivity when they're micromanaged, yet nearly 4 out of 5 leaders convince themselves they're just being thorough or detail-oriented or hands-on. Micromanagement is particularly dangerous because it wears a disguise. On the surface, it looks like dedication, attention to detail, high standards. But beneath that veneer, beneath that facade, lies a leadership approach that slowly but surely suffocates your team's potential. When you insist on checking every detail, proving every decision, and controlling every process, you're creating a dangerous bottleneck while simultaneously eroding the trust your team needs to thrive. The psychological impact of micromanagement goes way deeper than most leaders understand. When team members have no autonomy, they stop taking initiative and simply wait for instructions. That shift from proactive problem solving to passive order taking, it's creating a workforce that's effectively paralyzed without your constant input. This in turn overwhelms you, the leader. Here's the fix. The solution isn't just to trust your team. That's way too simplistic. Begin to delegate, but with guardrails. Always communicate the end state, the expectations, the constraints, and the update frequency. How often and how do you want to be updated? Start by delegating small decisions with clear parameters, then gradually expand authority as the team members prove themselves and earn your trust. It creates a pathway to autonomy that benefits both you and your team. Let's put all this together now. The 4 leadership mistakes we've explored aren't just theoretical concepts gathering dust in management textbooks. They're real barriers stopping you from achieving the impact you're capable of and that of the team. These patterns show up day after day in organizations of all sizes, quietly undermining effectiveness. So what separates exceptional leaders from the rest is willingness to look in the mirror. By recognizing these patterns in yourself, the instinct to micromanage, fear-based leadership, not setting the standards and not holding people accountable, all of those things. Remember, you gain the power to change, you have the power to change. Catch these mistakes early, course correct quickly, and continually refine your approach. Self-awareness becomes your greatest asset as you build something that lasts beyond your direct influence, the true measure of leadership that matters.